I'm Sophia Stone, and today we will talk about the hot topics from last weekend. Vaccinations mandatory in Australia. Australian Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull wants the government to introduce laws that will ensure that all the states in Australia are vaccinated. Around 5% of children in Australia are unvaccinated. Prime Minister Turnbull reduced the number so that children are vaccinated. The Prime Minister gave a story about a baby who died because of whooping cough. The mother of the baby had not vaccinated the child with whooping cough vaccination. The baby died when he was just 1 month old. The vaccination for the infection isn't available until 6 weeks of age. Turnbull said that vaccination is not a theoretical exercise. He emphasized that it's a life and death issue. He also said that when a parent fails to vaccinate a child, they are putting other children at risk. The Australian government wants to take away benefits so that it can force parents to vaccinate their children. If the parents don't vaccinate their children, they will not get their welfare checks and daycare privileges. Ohio reeling over nightclub shooting in Cincinnati. A gunman shot at people in a nightclub in Cincinnati, Ohio, leaving one person dead and at least 14 others injured. The shooting incident happened around 2 a.m. at the Cameo nightclub. The injured were taken to the hospital. The gunman fled the scene. Many of the injured are said to be in a serious condition. Hundreds of people were inside the club when the shooting started. Out of fear, many of the witnesses fled the scene, but local police said that anyone they can identify is being interviewed at the moment. The investigation is ongoing and the police are looking for a long night ahead for their homicide units to investigate the horrific situation. The police have yet to identify the shooter and his reasons for shooting. No one has been arrested yet. Secretive X-37B space plane breaks orbital record. The U.S. Air Force's robotic X-37B space plane is now the longest in the clandestine program's history. The X-37B has spent 675 days on its latest Earth-circling mission, which is known as Orbital Test Vehicle 4, also known as OTV-4. The spaceplane has broken the previous record of 674 days that was set during OTV-3. The mission started in December 2012 to October 2014. It's not clear yet how long the new record will last. Most X-37B activities and payloads are classified. The Air Force has historically been silent about the landing plans of the space plans. Captain Anne-Marie Anicelli, an Air Force spokeswoman, said that the completion of the program's on-orbit demonstrations and objectives for the mission will determine the landing date of the space plane. London attacker identified as Khalid Masood. British police has identified the Westminster attacker as Khalid Masood. Masood, 52, was born in Kent, southeast of London, and who has until recently been living in central England. The police said Masood had a number of criminal convictions, including 4 assaults and GBH, also known as grievous bodily harm, possession of offensive weapons, and public order offenses. He has not been convicted for terrorism-related offenses. Masood's first conviction was in November 1983 for criminal damage, and his last conviction was in December 2003 for possession of a knife. He did figure in a violent extremism case a few years ago, but was considered only a minor actor in the case and was not convicted. Metropolitan Police said Masood has been known also for using several other aliases. Masood had been staying in a property in Birmingham's Winston Green neighborhood until December. He was living with a woman and a young child. The authorities also found out that the car used in the attack was hired from rental company Enterprises Spring Hill branch based in Birmingham. Prime Minister Theresa May earlier said that the attacker was born in Britain. May said that the case is historic and the attacker, though known to police authorities, had not been part of current intelligence picture. Pig-masked armed robbers opened fire in Bellagio. An armed robbery took place at Las Vegas' iconic Bellagio Resort and Casino. Reports indicate that at least 3 people entered the high-end store at the iconic property on Saturday morning. One of the bandits opened fire in the Rolex store. Authorities reported that one suspect has been taken into custody. Guests were forced to flee the hotel and casino onto the Vegas Strip. One of the witnesses tweeted about how she hid under the table amid the chaos. Reports indicate that at least 3 people entered a high-end store inside the resort. Authorities reported that one of them fired gunshots. The Las Vegas Police Department got the call about 12:50 a.m. One suspect had been apprehended by 2:15 a.m. The incident caused mass panic while the robbery unfolded. Everyone is reported to have been running. The store was closed when the armed robbers got in, and all shots were fired inside the store. Some of the witnesses reported that the burglars used sledgehammers to break into the store. Crowded escalator fails, causing many injuries in Hong Kong. An escalator in a crowded Hong Kong shopping center malfunctioned last Saturday, injuring at least 18 people. Shoppers at Langham Palace lost their balance and fell as the 45 meters escalator suddenly reversed direction. One woman whose leg got injured in the accident said the escalator was moving twice as fast as the normal speed. Officials said the malfunction was probably caused by a damaged driving chair of the escalator. A braking device also malfunctioned. The escalator that malfunctioned is one of the largest indoor escalators in the shopping haven, Hong Kong. The escalator is currently cordoned off while the maintenance team and other officials are conducting further investigation. Some shoppers caught the escalator accident on video, where shoppers involved were screaming, and shared those online as well as with some media outfits.